James Naismith was a Canadian-born physical educator, physician, coach, and inventor. If you've known about basketball history, you already know where this intro is going. Though many say it is a Canadian sport because it is made by a Canadian-born man, it also seems American because the first game of it took place in 1891 at Springfield College. So is the sport really Canadian? Well, that's not important. Along with his basketball achievements, he also took part in designing the first ever American football helmet and took part in the First World War. Naismith was reported to be charismatic, friendly, and caring. According to members of the Sigep fraternity in Kansas, one of the members said he thought sports was nothing more than an avenue to keep young people involved so they could do their studies and relate to the community. Because Naismith created basketball and wrote the first rules, he was also heavily involved in the first teams. With that, we can assume that Naismith was focused on developing the skill of his students. He was also strongly against racial segregation, which leads to effective cross-cultural communications as well. Some people also wanted to call the sport Naismith Ball, in obvious commemoration. However, that suggestion was ultimately scrapped. Naismith's approach was coaching because he partnered with his students, which can be seen as clients, in a creative process to maximize their potential. His leadership style can be seen as autocratic. Although he has died a long time ago, Naismith created the sport and took matters into his own hands to train and ensure the well-being of all players, unlike democratic where a majority is picked. Naismith also stated he disliked the use of competitive sports and thus did not overwork the students. There wasn't much situational examples other than the fact that Naismith chose to leave Springfield College to head off to war. He became an infantry regiment in 1914 to 1917. Granted, this was a difficult decision to make because he straight up left the college where he was so popular at. There are a lot of sports creators and athletes around the world. However, I chose James Naismith for the following reasons. 1. He created basketball, which has become a legitimate corporate-run sport. Figured he deserved some recognition. 2. I heard of Naismith a long time ago, but never really did some deep research, so I used this as an opportunity to do so. 3. He was Canadian, and any leader from another nationality would violate the assignment's instructions.
Guys, watch me do a home run!